projects that I brought was my phone, even though it's kind of whatever, it's your phone. But a lot of people that are from Hudson, I went to my high school, friends of mine, they don't really stay around here, they go off to college. So a way to communicate with them, I'll call them and for support and stuff like that. Friends and like family that lives farther away for support, they just hold on to me. I also have this quote: cherish yesterday, live tomorrow, live today, dream tomorrow. I live by this quote because I feel like things that happened yesterday shouldn't affect today, and it's just something I hang on my wall just to remind me. I also drew 2 pictures of these ribbons. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis 10 years ago, and I was also diagnosed with a bone disease 2 years ago. Ulcerative colitis is like a bowel disease. I have ulcers on lining my colon. The reason why I brought those is because it's like my push. Like I don't let it stand in my way, and even though I still have it, I just like try to move forward. And right now I'm in the process of doing like a fundraiser for my ulcerative colitis, and it's just something. That's about it.
I don't have the actual movie that I'm gonna talk about, but I drew a picture of what it kind of looks like. I'm gonna tell you about that one yet. First one, like a couple other people, music is very important to me. I hardly ever am not listening to music. If it's, in class, you can't really listen to music, but if you could, I would. I always do when I'm studying. I find this very helpful. It's almost like a medicine, you're feeling down, flip on some Nora Jones or something like that, Not really. Yeah, I actually listen to that. I like all kinds of music, almost. Recently heard a couple country songs that I like. Couple. I'm not saying I like country, but I heard a couple that I like. Most other music, classical, I like blues, I like a whole bunch of stuff. So that's a huge part of my life, actually. And now for the movie. Okay, this is Braveheart. By show of hands, how many of you have ever seen Braveheart? Okay, couple. That's at least something like that. Okay. This is my all-time favorite movie. I'm a movie buff, and I love this movie. It's like 2.5 hours long. It's about William Wallace. I think it's in Scotland, right? Scotland. Okay. That's horrible. It's my favorite movie. I don't know. Anyway, so William Wallace, he's just very compassionate. He's like a man's man, but he's still like smart, and I don't know. He's pretty awesome in the movie, and he's got a giant sword. I don't think it's overcompensating for anything. Hopefully not. I don't think so. And on here, picture that I drew, it's him saying freedom at the end. He's being. I don't want to ruin it for you. You should watch it. It's a life changer. So a lot of movies, actually not just this one, I feel it's kind of like stories. Those classic stories. They have some morals in them. And I mean, obviously in movies there are explosions and things that make them more dramatic. But I find that I can get a lot from movies. I can learn a lot from movies like you would from a book or something like that. But a little bit more dramatic. And the last thing is a necklace that I have. It's a medal of Luke, Saint Luke. I'm somewhat spiritual, I guess, with my grandmammy. And my mom gave it to me. I forget what it says on the back. Okay, I got it. Love and support from my mama. And she's actually going to school right now, too, to become a nurse. So, whenever I'm studying and I'm having a hard time and times are tough, I always think about my mama, give me strength, so she's really important to me, and always gives me that extra little push through finals. That is it.
I'm going to talk about is, as you notice, I'm kind of an older student. Matter of fact, I'm old enough to be your guys' mom, and I am a grandmother, and very proud of it. When my name went around, I guess you guys might have noticed it's in purple. When I was a student in high school, we had black. We did not even have blue. We had black. And when I started going back to school as an adult after I'd raised my kids, I was in nursing school. We were allowed to write in black. So when I couldn't finish nursing school because the Army transferred us, so I was going to start RN school here at JCC. And they threw me in chemistry. I suck at chemistry. I got this teacher, I couldn't even understand a word he said, and God, he was a jerk. And he was a misogynist, and he was about this tall, and he got in my face, and I got back in his face, and I won. He was a jerk, and he eventually almost got fired, and he actually took a year off. But it wasn't completely me. But so I started taking other classes, and one of them was writing, and I was allowed to use a purple pen. I was at the bookstore. I could actually buy anything I wanted. I wasn't just doing science and whatnot. And I hadn't written since high school. I used to love to write when I was a kid, and it was a great way to escape because my childhood wasn't the best. And but I hadn't done it. You know, as a teenager, it was different. I went to raising my kids, and raising kids is very busy work. And especially being an Army wife and moving and living in foreign countries, and my husband's work is very demanding. He's a linguist, and he was with DITRA, which is kind of a diplomatic job, so it's very busy. But needless to say, I get to do fun stuff, and I found all of a sudden I love this, and my teachers kept saying, do this, right. And the purple pen also kind of represents, there was a children's cartoon when I was a kid, and they had this, I think it was Herman, I can't remember his name, this little boy, and he had a purple crayon, and he could draw on the wall. Harold, thank you. And I didn't even watch cartoons, I didn't have TV as a kid, but everything would come to life, and so this kind of reminds me of that, so I always write with a purple pen. And also when the teachers pass back the papers, I can always find my paper. So that's one. The other one is this. It's not my wedding ring. This one's mine. It's a clawed-off. It's an Irish wedding ring, but it does not come off. Or it can come off. It gets lost. I've lost 7 wedding rings now. So this one costs $10. It's not compared to losing. This is actually my husband's wedding ring, the original. I got married when I was 19. It was my husband's 20th birthday. And in about 3 weeks now, we'll be together almost a quarter of a century. His hands grew. That's how young we are. And so his ring started to get really tight, and his fingers started to change colors. So for our anniversary, I went out and I bought him a really nice clawed-off. And it's white gold, and he has a really nice wedding ring. And meanwhile, I keep losing mine. So he put this one away. And when we moved here to New York, it just kind of fell out of a box when we were unpacking. And he was in Iraq at the time. And I put it on my thumb, and I haven't been able to get it back off, so it stayed with me. But it reminds me, I mean, it's been, like I said, 24 years. We've been together almost 25. And that's how much we've grown. We were children when we got married. And now we have grandchildren, or grandchild, one so far, and you know, we'll leave it at one. Because my baby is a little young yet. Yeah. But that's a bond, and I have a very good marriage. He's a wonderful man. And we still have fun. He's my best friend. He went to Iraq, because when we first got here, we went to Iraq. And I thought it was cute when you were talking about, one of you was talking about monkeys. Every box I sent him to Iraq, I sent him a purple monkey. We used to tease the kids, because kids ask for the dumbest things. And my kids will say, Dad, I want this. And my husband can be a little crude every once in a while and get frustrated and say, purple monkeys fly backwards out of my butt. And it's a stupid thing to say. So my kids are smart Alex. And we were in the store one day and they had a purple monkey. So my son got it and put it in my husband's underwear drawer. And he opens his underwear drawer and it squeaked. And it went, so now it's become a family joke. So my husband's in Iraq and every box we sent him had purple monkeys. And some of them squeaked and one of his boxes had to go through a bomb check just with squeaking. And it's full of purple monkeys. And yes, we still have fun. And unfortunately now I have a wall in my bedroom that's nothing but purple monkeys. But he's a great guy. So that's my second item. My third item, it's on paper because it's actually a picture of a tattoo. This is actually a tattoo, it's on my daughter. I have one too, which is under reconstruction. It's a phoenix. Mine's under reconstruction. This is a lesson to all of you. If you do decide to get a tattoo, they are permanent. And back when I got mine, tattoo was not the art it is now. And so I'm getting it fixed. Unfortunately, my tattoo artist is having a baby right now, so it's not quite finished being fixed. But my daughter got one to match mine. It's a phoenix. When my daughter was very young, I got very ill. 3 times in 1 year, I literally almost died. I should not have survived. I should not be on this earth. Doctors still don't know why I'm here. And I think the fact that she was so little was the reason I hung on. And my daughter is very special. My daughter, this is my baby. They're all special. You know, all children are special. But my youngest at the time was just diagnosed with OCD. And I don't know if any of you know what that is. It's obsessive compulsive disorder. And it usually hits adults. So for a 4-year-old to have it is like weird. And they told us she'd never leave the home. She would be institutionalized. And she would never be social. And so here, I'm dying and I'm thinking I'm gonna leave my husband with this child, 3 children, and one of them that he's gonna have to take care of forever. And so I hung on. And then watching her go through this, well, needless to say, I fighting with doctors, flushed all her drugs down, and this child is now, she was at Cornell last year, getting married, completely normal. She's a survivor too, so she got a matching phoenix tattoo because she has made it through everything. And our bond, though like I said, I love all my children equally, but differently, because you do. Each child is different. She's amazing, and our bond is the strongest because she's just an amazing survivor. And she is every obstacle that life has put in front of her, she just jumps up. And so when she turned 18, she said, I'm getting a tattoo. And I said, okay. And you can't stop them. She's 18. She's like, I'm 18. You can't stop me. It's my 18th birthday. I'm getting a tattoo. And I'm like, okay. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. She says, I'm getting a phoenix, just like you, in the same spot. So I said, you know, and it's kind of an honor that she would want to do that for me. So that shows how attached I am.